Hey guys, Sean here. I'm with Shamar and Eric. Today we're going to be reviewing over Grand Creators, the new side set that comes out in the end of January, I believe, after Pasadena and Utrecht.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh, I mean, it's going to be a short video, really. We're just going to be going over the themes and what we think the cards are going to end up being doing. I believe all three of these themes actually just got support again in the OCG revealed, so we can talk about that later, but I guess we'll just dive right into it. All right, so starting off, we got Adventure Token. Everyone already knows how good this is. This little 9 card engine has made the OCG a living hell to play through. If you start with Right or Aquamancer, you get a live negate plus a token, and then those can either be converted into Verte and Conda, or just stay on field as a negate. I guess starting from the left side, we have Right, which everyone already knows this card's insane. Not many cards can trade with this card. And yeah, it's just meta card by itself. In the same vein as that, though, we have Aquamancer, which searches the card. It's also an extender for some reason. And also, it people don't know this, but you can place field spells off it too for free. It's a +1. It's just that the field spell sucks, so this never comes up yet. I don't know if you guys had any experience playing like Pure Brave yet, but it's kind of funny.
Not at all, no. Just the Phantom Knights version.
Yeah, we already know about Wandering Griffin Rider and Journey. Uh, the card to the left of Griffin Rider is Magic Light Warrior, which is a Fire Warrior, which might come up sooner or later, but it's basically the same thing as Aquamancer, except for it doesn't search. It sets trap cards, so that's kind of not the best since you have to go through your battle phase to use it. It's like, eh. I basically just, when we didn't know what Aquamancer did, I just used this card in my eldest deck and then immediately took it out once a better option came. Journey is insane, and people know this already. Just free Rhoda that you get for free off of Riot. We already know about Draco Rider. That's the bouncing equip or compulse, if you want to call it. All three equips actually do the same thing, where if you send them to the graveyard, you can equip them back to the token. The one to the right of it is a Noble Arms card, which is, I don't know why, but it's funny. I think this card's been through so many translations, I kind of forgot what it did, but the general gist is it gains attack, basically. The other one makes your opponent lose attack equal to it, same effect as the other ones. And then the two field spells, they both have effects regarding whatever the bad equips are, but I mean, like, they're just not that good. I think they tagged themselves out too or something. But yeah,
Trigger
they're
vibes.
not good.
Yeah.
I think we're waiting for a day when we get either a new playable field spell or a reason to play these field spells, so Aquamancer can get another free card off the basic combo. Then for trap cards, we have Resurrection Breath, which is actually, it's like World Legacy. I forgot what it was. It's from Code of the Duelist, where it's a trap card where you banish a World Legacy from your field or hand to summon to from Graven. But it's like that, except for Brave tokens. It takes a little bit of setting up, and you can't outright search it because the trap searcher is just bad. And then to the right of that is just Thunder Discharge, which is Rageki if you have the Brave token, but you also need to set this card up, and it's also not really searchable still. That's basically it for the Brave engine. This will see play, I think, on release, and until it gets hit, probably. It's just really good. It's like extra 6 copies of Call by the Grave or Crossout, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's also really nice because the engine itself, for some decks, the discard is just really good.
Yeah, Eldritch can make use of it. PK, as everyone knows, was the best deck in the OCG till it got hit, like, I think 4 times in the same list. Yeah, it's just powerhouse, that's all.
Yeah, so
Pineapple.
realistically, from the adventurous stuff or brave, whatever, from the adventurous side, there's what 4 cards you really, 5 cards you're realistically looking at out of the 10.
You said after the 10?
No, out of the 10, there's
Oh
out of
yeah,
10,
out
yeah,
of the 10.
out of 12. Oh,
Yeah,
5 cards out of 12 that you're realistically looking at to put in your deck if using the engine.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
the
for
Rights
sure.
Aquamancer, and then one up the Journey, the Griffin, and the Equip spell, which the Draco back Equip spell, which is just really good for
Yeah, it's
bounce is just
those
so
5
nice.
are the ones you're gonna see the most for sure.
These first five, yeah.
The other 7 just need either like a miracle card that come out to make them worth playing, or I don't know. To be honest,
Or you
it's
just don't
weird.
play them, you know.
Yep.
Well, not every card is playable like Striker.
Okay, or Frank could, yeah. Alright, so the second deck, or I guess archetype in this set is Punk, which I think personally is pretty cool. I don't know what you guys think about it.
I like the visual style. It reminds me of like a cyberpunk Karakuri.
Yeah, what about you, Lucio?
Yeah, they're my favorite ones of the set. Favorite theme
Yeah,
of
I
the
think
set for
same
sure.
for me. It's a deck full of psychic monsters. People aren't gonna really know what they are. They saw Experiment in the OCG being like a level 3 engine, and then they immediately got caught for brave cards once people realized how insane those were.
Yeah, there are people tinkering with it with the PK stuff, but it's just like, why would you play this as an engine over PK for most decks?
Yeah, they're pretty easy to understand too. All four of the level 3 main deck monsters are psychic monsters that you pay 600 to add a card or do something. So Wagon adds spell cards. Spider adds traps. Seaman adds
Monsters.
monsters, and then Shirakusai, sorry, fuses. And then they all have secondary effects. I don't remember off the top of my head which ones, but this one lets you synchro someone on your opponent's turn. Seaman gains 600 attack. Madam Spiders does something when it's targeted. And then Wagon is, I think, an
When you
attack
target a card, that's
or
what.
draw card. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. And then there's two level 8s. And Foxy Tune is just Barrage from the deck. It's actually kind of generic. I think this card's pretty good in the engine. And then Ogre is Rhoda for any of them that's not level 8. Which
Yeah,
I think we just took off the board, but that's fine. The whole theme, basically, it's like the level 8s will get you non-level 8s. And you basically combo with that. Your boss monster is a level 11 synchro that bounces cards. It's like, I want to say Mistworm. I don't know, old boomer card, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
And it's also Monster Reborn. But the only issue is that you can only use one effect per turn. That's a pretty harsh balancing restriction, but I guess it's whatever.
it's also not an end piece because it's not a quick effect for that disruption.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. What you're gonna end up doing in most variants is you're gonna make this on your opponent's turn to shuffle their cards back or bounce them back, and then on your turn you use the Monster Reborn effect to start.
yeah, that's the ideal.
Your fusion monster, I think, is Barrage for 2.
Yeah, except
Yeah,
level 8s.
Yeah.
yeah. What's important is that it's except for level 8, so you can't one card level 11 off of it. This is really easy to make, and so is the Synchro, but most of your combos are gonna rely on you either using Seaman or Foxy Twin. The weak part about the deck, though, is that the spell and trap cards aren't the best. Spell card is like,
Yeah, the
I
spells
remember this.
are just
Yeah,
very
it's not good.
subpar, but like, okay, while the picking there, it's like, what's it?
Ally just
Your
a
opponent,
catastrophe. I think.
if you battle opponent's monster with your punk monster, you can just store the monster, which is like okay-ish, and then the destruction effect is it stops your punk monster being destroyed by battle.
Yep, it's not the
Wow.
If
best.
your opponent destroys the card, also it makes it kind of awkward. And then can you go to the other spell. Yeah, Crush would be your opponent targets your punk monster. You can target a card your opponent chose to destroy it, and the destruction effect is your cards can't be targeted by opponent's
Yeah, the
cards.
spells they need work. If we got so, what usually ends up happening is you only play Seaman, Foxy Tune, and maybe Ogre sometimes. You don't play any of the others in like non-pure variants. But if we ever got a new spell card that was good, Wagon would just be so much better.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
but the
For the
traps are
next
actually
two,
decent in my opinion, because
yeah,
one
the
is
traps.
Imperm
One is
and one is
Imperm and one is
a
Raigeki break. I
Raigeki
think.
break. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They both do something if you have another punk card on the field. I think for the Raigeki break, it lets you destroy face-up cards now. And
yeah.
then for the Imperm,
Unless
I
you gain
believe
the
you
life
gain
points
life
because you
points
have
or
much
something.
attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Which is
like,
like not bad because that fuels your effect. All your effects pay life points anyways.
yeah, at the bare minimum, this means Man on Fire is like playable, which is good. That's just Wagon. Wagon's like the awful one, and the Fusion guy is like he's okay, but
He's
I
like a
think we
one
need
up
more
at
support
most.
for him to be better.
He's a one up because it's just kind of awkward having to route your combos into like actually using him to summon the fusion out. That's what makes the fusion kind of awkward because it feels weird going for it sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. They're all psychic, so E-Tele does work for them. I think that's cool and neat. You have Seaman and Foxy Team for starters, and E-Tele. That's 8, I believe. If you wanna, unless E-Tele gets unhit by the time the set comes out, that's pretty
Yo,
nice.
utility to 3, let's do it.
Let's
Yo,
hope.
Collector utility is coming. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, I am 100% sure they're getting one too. It's gonna be so nice. That's basically Punk though. This deck is not the best peer. I think it needs support, and you're really like coping on hype Halka 5X combos at the current moment.
Yeah, mad cope. But the deck has a lot of potential, especially as an engine at the very least.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think one or two more cards makes this like sort of real, like in the same vein as Flunder. Their cards are like they have searchers. That's good. Consistency. Plays extenders. Like this deck is kind of
Stay out
nice.
for it.
They just need better like non-monster pieces. I think could go somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Or
yeah,
I think
inboard
if they
of course.
get like an inboard synchro, that'd be also kind of nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know if it would be a level 11 though, judging by how future support looks. But yeah, it would be really nice. Okay, and finally of the three archetypes, we have Exosister or yeah, it's Exosister in the TCG now, I believe. So yeah, this deck's an XYZ deck. It's pretty cute. It's like nuns in the army or something, like fighting demons, and they're like a graveyard hate deck too, I think.
Yeah, extreme graveyard hate.
Yeah, all the main deck monsters, I will just say this now, are the weakest part of this deck. All the XYZ monsters, on the other hand, are cracked beyond repair.
These are exceptional. Just
Yeah,
main deck monsters are very yeah, mediocre.
we can just go through the main deck monsters now, and I'll just show you. The best one by far is Sophia, I believe is the name. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one just nets you another card if you have an Exosister. They all have the effect to gain 800 life points if you use their effect, and the corresponding girls on the field. I don't know why, but I guess it's just to offset the spells and traps paying 800. Elise is Gigabyte. That's like the second best one because it's an extender.
Yeah, some stuff.
The last girl on the far right is Stella, and she is Tin Goldfish in the year 2021. And then the worst one is Elaine, and this one is you place one on the bottom for cost to draw.
It's a cost? Oh,
it's
no.
a cost. All four of them have the effect where if your opponent touches the graveyard, so either like by cost, by card effect, or anything, just moving a card out, they trigger to summon an XYZ on top of them. It can be any of them though. It's not name blocked, thankfully. Mm-hmm. But like this, it's kind of hard because if you look at their stats, they're all like puny, weak, just ran over by
even
like.
Blue Wanderees can run over these cards.
Yeah, all of them lose to Kit. It's kind of sad.
All of them lose to Kit.
It's just crazy, bro. I mean, yeah, by far the weakest part of the main deck is the Exosister main deck monsters. I think everything else in this deck is actually nice, but we'll just get back to that in a minute. Spells though, either are insane. This one is a rank up magic basically. You just target an Exosister XYZ and just upgrade it. Or sorry, it doesn't have to be XYZ, just any of the monsters.
Yeah, it's just monster, but if you target XYZ, it has to be a different.
Yeah, if you target XYZ, it has to be a different name.
The only sad part about it, you can only use it in your turn unless your opponent does something right. I mean, you can only use it in your opponent's turn as something right.
Yeah. I think what you usually do is you search this off of Mike Kelsey, I think it's called, the XYZ.
Yeah, should we do the Aziz first, actually? If the spell.
Yeah, actually, we'll do XYZ. That's probably easier. Okay, so there's two pairs of XYZs. There's that Michael Elise, sorry. It's like their names get upgraded too, so it's kind of hard. I'll just say Elise. Elise and the one with the spear, which looks like a fake character, Ellie. Yeah, both of those are the same pair, and then the other pair is Sophia and Elaine. The first pair, they can't die by battle by monsters summoned from from the graveyard. And then the second pair can't die by the activated effects of monsters summoned from the graveyard, so you can't DPE them basically. Which is, I guess, cute, but like the restriction's so like specific. What really makes them good is that they have two additional effects. This one, the most cracked one, is this one by far. This one is Trident, but it's doesn't even it vanishes instead of destroys.
Yeah.
It doesn't care if it's face up or not. You can target graveyard cards too, and then also on top of that, it also is Rhoda for any of the spawn trap cards.
Oh, it does target. Whoops.
Yep, and also it's generic. So, and you in the deck, you could just put 2 level 4s, make this search, and then yeah. I think this card is cracked. Like, if you ever play this deck, it's for this card, probably. Yeah, all of your XYZs are probably going to end up making either this or Ellie here, which I think this one is... It adds monsters. And then this one also is, I think, I don't know what floodgate that stops summoning monsters from graveyard, but that's basically
That's like the rank 8 Xenophon.
yeah, Cenopod. Yeah, Cenopod. It's basically a rank 4 Cenopod. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's weird that I think two of the ESEs are just floodgates for the graveyard, and then already extremely graveyard hate deck.
Yeah, like it gets so hard to deal with. It's also all the four of them are generic too, which is gonna be important later.
Yeah, but
For the
it's
next XYZ, this one is yes, technically the worst one, but it's still pretty good. It boosts the attack of all your XYZs by 800.
it's also imperm
Yeah, it's also imperb.
as a
Yeah,
quick.
this card's pretty nice still, even if it's the worst out the four. It's also really big. 2,800 defense is actually kind of hard to break sometimes off one card.
Or like 2,500 for this one too. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they have a pattern going. I don't know if anyone realizes they do have a pattern going on. So you take one stat and upgrade it by 2K or 1K, and then the other one either stays the same or gets upgraded by 1K. So like you have at least right.
Yeah, Stella is 300 attack. It's 2K.
Yeah, you'll get 2K. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just really cute. I don't know.
Yes, I never noticed that. That's cool.
Yeah, and then finally we have Sophia, which is, I guess you could call it Super Dweller. Yeah, like it's just Dweller. You can't activate anything,
And then create for that turn.
and
And
it's also
then
Compulse too. I think it's just so funny. This card is like, this is what makes this deck kind of correct too.
yeah, the only flaw I have with the ESEs, as good as they are, is that like you can only use their first effect like once.
Yeah, yeah.
This is just only the turn they're summoned, which I guess has a trade-off
It has to
for
be with an
having some
Exosister
third
too.
effects. Yeah,
Other than that, though, the XYZs are all really good cards. It's just
I
the
guess
main
it would
deck bogs them
be
down.
I guess it would be a little too much to deal with if that Stella card or whatever that banishes the card was just quick effect every turn. That'd be a little much, I
Oh
think.
yeah, yeah. No, I can't even say the
Oh,
least.
McKelly's, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
McKelly's. Yeah, I don't know. Super Saiyan Elise is kind
Yeah, banish every turn. Yeah, okay,
of
maybe it's right. That's
yeah.
only once. Never mind then.
For the spell cards, we have the rank up magic we talked about. It's pretty good, all things considered. This one, Carpitable, I think it's
Edible,
called.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. This is
It
a very interesting card.
Yeah, the first effect is like you can't target ones on the field with special summon monster effects from graveyard, so just adding on to protection. That doesn't really matter that much. I don't know that many extra or graveyard monsters that do anything like
Yeah,
that.
well, if your opponent's something from the graveyard, then you're already in a good spot. That protection doesn't matter.
Yep. The second effect though is what makes this card kind of nice. It's call by the grave every single time you XYZ, or for the turn. Sorry. So if you like use the one card XYZ for instance, and then you have this on the field, you can declare whatever card is threatening you the most, like DPE for instance, and for the rest of the turn they're like prohibited from doing stuff with it. Kind of nice.
Well, I guess the a more apt comparison would be cross out actually,
Yeah, cross out. Yeah, cross out's fair too. Yeah.
because only for a turn you can declare stuff that's not even in the. You can declare stuff like a hand trap that might hurt you, like an ash or something.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I forgot this card even has stone trap card removal effect, but yeah, that's also on there for some reason.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, if this deck ever becomes big, that card is probably going to be a pretty good card for it. And then to
Yeah,
the
it's
right of it,
really
we
good
have
if your
Pax.
opponent's playing. You can like call out. You can call what your opponent's like their main card or something is like they just can't
Oh yeah,
use it.
for sure. Gamma, Ash,
Because
stopping
you
the
can also call
XYZs.
main deck stuff, right? Just declare one card name. So
Yeah, you
I
just
mean,
declare
you can
anything.
call Ash
Yeah.
deck stuff. I mean,
You can do it on both players' turn too, which I think is really nice.
okay.
Yeah, last card, spell card is Pax. This card is just Rhoda, but if you have the name card in the text of the monster, then you can just summon the card too instead. It adds anything though. It doesn't have to be monsters. It can be spell and trap cards too. It's a
So
quick
you
play for some reason, but
add
yeah,
add the Exorcist card. Oh, it's any card. That's cool.
yeah. I think there's a little issue about it being ported over to the TCG because there's gonna be like some ruling hiccup about it. I don't know what the thing was, but I heard something about it. It's a quick play though because if you like, say for instance, draw two, right? You can set one. On your opponent's turn, when they go to touch the graveyard, you can chain the card to summon the Exosister from your deck, and then that will trigger on a new chain to summon the XYZ. I think that's cool. But if you want to know what like it feels like times two, that's what the next card is.
Mhm.
Yeah, this card's nice. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This card is you pay 800, summon 2 of them for your deck, and then you can only summon Exorcist for the rest of the turn, but that doesn't matter.
Oh, you summoned a pair. Okay.
Yeah, if they touch the graveyard ever, you just chain this card. You summon 2 from deck, and then you get 2 XYZs. So you basically get the Trident, and you get the Super Dweller.
Yeah. It is a little awkward though. Well, not really, but you can't do this if you think your opponent's gonna mess with the graveyard, like as like something that doesn't start a chain, like maybe Levianeer, you have to do it preemptively.
Yeah, wait, yeah. Cost wise, yeah.
Yeah, if
Um,
the bench this costs.
I think. Well, yeah, this one can get Ash, so it can packs, but like you have 2 potential cards that can get Ash. These are both searchable though, off of Michael
MacLeod.
Elise. Yeah, Michael Elise. And even packs can search this card too. I think it's nice, or Traptree, whatever version you want to play it. I think this card's nice though. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it for like the 5th time. The main deck monsters are like the issue here. All the spells and traps and the monsters are extra deck monsters are nice.
Yeah, I think that's consensus. The Ash deck just carries this deck really hard, but it's hard to get to the Ash deck for this deck.
Yeah, when we were playing 10 Goldfish in 2021, that's
I
we
mean,
know we're down bad.
you could put 10 goldfish with the
True, we
10
could.
archetype 10 goldfish. Maybe we're
Yeah.
talking in.
That's basically it for Exorcister.
Yeah, interesting deck. Maybe it'll do something.
Okay, so we don't usually do this for this, but I guess it'll be nice since it's like just on time. We got the 3 extra support cards that are coming 2 sets after Grand Creators, and these are support cards for the deck, so I think it'll be a little interesting to talk about it. There is an Injector card in Grand Creators that we have like I guess 5 or 6 more days until we know about it, but we know the gist of it. It's just summon an Injector from deck or equip an Injector to another one on field. And it might have a graveyard effect, but like it's just not enough to do anything for Injectors.
Maybe we'll do something for B Troopers. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully. But I mean, yeah, here we go. I guess. So the first one's Illegal Knight. This card is basically Griffin 2.0. It doesn't negate though. It instead is just compulse.
It composes
What you're
and
supposed to do with it is summon it to your field. When your opponent goes to do something, you use the effect to bounce up to 2 other cards. Give it to them, and then you can Draco back Rider, bounce the
Like
Illegal
bounce it
Knight back
back
to
and
your
then
hand.
summon it again next turn.
Yeah, do it again to your opponent. So you either so you bounce 2 on your turn, and then on their turn you bounce another 2. It's for bounce 4 up the total, basically. Yeah, the card's kind of nice. I'm surprised that the OCG got a card like this, considering how well Brave has been doing. I mean, yeah,
quality it is.
yeah, it's pretty good.
I guess another niche thing you could do, you could just have it enhance this. It is a quick effect to summon itself,
Oh yeah.
just like Griffin is, but you want Griffin live usually, so you don't keep
And
that.
the OCG actually, since they have Tomahawk still, that is also a play they can do in their Brave 10E deck. You summon both of these, and then you just make Tomahawk.
You can
But I guess
also,
that'll come up in like 5% hands.
yeah, you can go like Red Rose Dragon plus this now to make Baron, and then do
Oh yeah.
do Dragon Link things. I know we were talking about that before.
Yeah, this card's nice. Do not be fooled. This card maybe we'll see play. I think it's just something that it's better than all the other monsters by far that
I think
aren't
it'll
already
see
seen play.
at least as a one of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Next we
can see it,
have
especially breaking boards. It's a lot better than Griffin breaking boards. Well, specifically, it'd be some specific boards where like a negate won't do as much as a bouncing to.
oh yeah for sure. Next we have Exosister Magnifica. This card is basically what is it? Utopic Future Draco, or I don't know what the TCG calls it.
Yeah, Utopic Draco Future.
Yeah, you make it with 2 Exosister XYZ materials. You can apparently only make it with that. It can attack twice, so it's 56 damage running most of the time. It has the effect of, what is it, Michael Elise to banish a card, but it
this
doesn't
time doesn't
target this time for some reason.
And also, it's a quick effect. It's not just a tornado summon. It's just in general.
Yeah, for some, it doesn't even well, I'll get back to that in a second, but the last effect basically is just, what is it, a negate, or what? When your opponent activates a card effect, you can control it activate.
Yeah,
That's just
it attacks itself out basically for another.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see some of evil. That's cute. Yeah, this card's pretty good.
Yeah, you can also use because you used a material that was like attached to it, then I don't know. There's maybe an edge case scenario where like you just splash 2 of the rank 4 Exosisters, like the best ones, into some deck that makes a lot of level 4s. I don't see it happening because I don't see people putting 4 level 4s up for a prime math mech Allen version, but
Oh
maybe there's
yeah.
a case scenario for this, just for the advantage.
Something I don't like that much though is that when you initially make it, the XYZ materials on the 2 rank 4s go to graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
gross.
At
And
least
it has no protection effect, unlike Utopic Feature.
Oh yeah, I just noticed it too. I see it doesn't
yeah, it doesn't
transfer
transfer
materials
the
over.
materials. Yeah.
So like, I guess you can potentially get 2 banishes on your turn, but where does that take you afterwards? Oh, it doesn't
Yeah.
even stop the effect on the 3rd effect either, so that's also pretty important, I guess.
Yeah, I guess the edge case scenario I was talking about isn't really realistic, but it's a good card for the deck. I just don't think it's what the deck particularly needed. But hey, maybe future support will give it more means of summoning these crazy Izzy monsters.
Yeah, for sure. They just need a better main deck. This would have been so cracked with it. And finally, we have Dia Note. And I gotta say, this card is insane. I don't know if you tested with it yet, but a lot of your combos just get a lot more streamlined. It's monster. So I guess I'll go over it real quick. You reveal it in your hand with another guy. You either summon this card or summon the other guy you summon, and the other one goes to graveyard. So like, if I have Seaman in this, right, I can just discard or show you both of these. Either summon Seaman or summon this, and then discard the rest. And that's without my normal summon. So that means a lot of your combos now just start without the normal summon, and then you just save it for when you get Nibiru or for later. And then the second effect, because the first one wasn't cracked enough, is it's Monster Reborn when you summon from field again, so it's gonna float every time.
Yeah, summon any punk monster except at level 5. So even the
That
level 8s are free game
oh
now.
yeah. So I guess the first part is that this means that whatever you discarded, you're always going to be able to summon that back if you link off or synchro with the Dia. And then the second thing is that this is a level 5, not a level 8, so all the cards that restrict you from summoning level 8s still work with this card. So I guess the Fusion Monster still works.
If you can summon
Foxy
this,
Tomb
the
still
other level
works.
8s can summon this. Yeah,
Yeah,
Foxy.
Ogre still works. Like, the card's nice.
Also, another neat thing with it is that it'll also actually like easily make. Well, it could already make level 8 synchros, which is going through Hulk lines. But now you can like make
Yeah, you
level
can
8
do it
synchros
without
more
Hulk.
reliably
That's
without Hulk,
really important.
which I can see that coming up for like some lines.
It's also a warrior. I don't know what we're gonna do with that, but a level 5 Earth Warrior is bound to have like good support or something, so I might try something out with that.
Yeah, bro, it's called Warrock Mountain.
Yeah, there you go. I think it's easily the best at these 3. When I say if Punk gets another card like this is it. Like this, that's all they needed.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
agree
what
with
you
that.
think.
I agree with that. A Punk is just so close. A Dino might actually be it, but I feel like one more card would just really cement it.
I think like we
Wait, I
said,
didn't even
another
realize
spell.
though. You could summon the 11 back with this too. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You can summon any except itself.
Wow. That's basically it for Grand Creators. The set will make an impact only because of the Venture Token, but I think the other 2 archetypes have potential so long as they get support on this level again. I mean, any final words from you people?
Yeah, just in terms of like support, well, we already said what the cards need, but like just to recap, like Exosister just a good main deck monster, preferably. Just a good main deck way of getting his Z's out, and the deck will be decent at the very least. And Punk is just another card like this Node, and yes, it's in there. And Avenger is already good. I
Yeah,
just think we get another good card, honestly.
I really don't know how they make Peter playable without making some like super +5 card on Summit or something.
Plus, it'll be give it maybe some dream. Wait, do something to field spells. Do something interesting to field spells there. I guess that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I don't know how though, because the field spells are just so lackluster.
I 100% agree.
But yeah, Grand Creators potential. I think if you're not getting the adventurous stuff, at the very least, pick up punks or maybe Exosister if you're into that.
Yeah, for sure. I think Punk is a really good like engine or deck in the future. You definitely should pick that up while it's cheap. I think it will actually be the cheapest because everyone already knows about Brave or Adventurer now, and then Exosister has like waifu prices or whatever boosting it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Punk is gonna be cheap, pretty sure. So just pick that up with the CRs or anything. That's what I plan on doing. Outside that, yeah, that's Grand Creators. Comes out I think end of January. So yeah, that's basically it.